the Reflection Show with me, Martha and Spice. Today we are about to have an amazing conversation at the University for Development Studies here in Tamale. There have been a lot of content about our students, the universities, and if they understand some of these issues that everybody wants to talk about. Today we want to look at leadership. What is leadership all about? What does leadership mean to the student? Sometimes we will see we see them in the university who wants to go to school and become SRC president, the WUCOMs, etc. But what does it mean for them? It's just about occupying that position, or there is a lot more? To help us find out all these and all the answers to all these questions, we said, let's take a trip to the University for Development Studies here in Tamale to have a conversation with the students themselves. Let's go for a break. When we are back, we start the conversation. I am Martha Rinswai. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. It's a reflection show here with me, Martha Rinswai. I want to go straight to my panel. Thank you for joining me on the show.
Welcome. You're welcome.
So, UDS, today we are in your school. Let me start with you. Tell me your name, the course you are studying, the level you are in, and maybe something nice about your school.
My name is Sadia Obakarantipu, and I'm the General Secretary for the SRC. I'm a fifth-year medical laboratory science student. And with regards to anything interesting about my school, UDS is actually an interesting campus.
Hey, an interesting campus. Keyword, interesting.
Interesting campus. We have a whole lot from social, cultural, and a whole others. But then I would like to speak with regards to the roots of the school. Okay. One thing that actually distinguishes UDS from other universities is the fact that we run the trimester system. And then we have the third trimester field practical program. So apparently it gives us a upper hand
above the other universities. Okay. I'll come back to you on that. Tell me your name, what you study and everything, and something interesting about your school.
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity today. So I'm in the person of Peter Jackson, offering community nutrition level 300, and I'm the chairperson for the course representative council on campus. They do call me father of all cultures. Yes, so regarding to why I love my school, University for Development Studies, it's about the cordiality students have with lecturers. I mean, you should be with our lecturers, you should have a positive interaction with our lecturers, and you just know what to mix lectures. They are very good, they are very cordial, they are open arms, and the way they tutor us is just a +1. Okay. So this is about my school.
Hey! What is your name and something interesting about your school?
Okay, I'm in the person of Rahinat Mohammed, Department of Humanities and Social Science, level 300. A deputy will come for my department. Okay. And coming to talk of what interesting about my school. UDS is one of the most interesting schools when it comes to the north, and not only the north. Okay. And we're very friendly with lecturers and the students. Okay. And one unique thing about it is about the third trimester field practical program. It's a very good program. We go to different communities.
You're all saying the same thing. I think anytime you go out for the communities, you're actually very interested in that.
And we learn a lot. We learn a lot. Because staying together with people you don't know, because from different departments, different faculties, and living together in one room, it's not an easy thing.
That's okay. I think we'll come back and talk about all that interesting thing. One thing I've seen about all of you is that you all occupy certain positions as a leader, right? Yeah. Let me start with you. Why did you want to be a leader in school?
Thank you for the question. Leader, as we all know, it is someone who is ready to serve. Okay. And being a leader and a good leader for this, that matter, you should be willing to serve and not to be served. And looking at we the students, there are a lot of things that goes on.
Okay, let me come to Peter on that. So why did you want to be a leader, and how has the journey been?
Okay, so it's very intriguing when I'm asked that question. Why leadership? Why do I want to be a leader? I'll say this. Through my years of growth or growing up, I love servicing people.
Okay.
I love working for people, seeing people happy, in helping or guiding them or influencing them. So I always say that I'm for service, for impactful change.
Okay.
And that is why I opted to be a leader. That is why I am a leader.
Okay.
Because I want a change, and not just a mere change, an impactful one.
Yeah.
And that I believe it can be done through service to people,
okay,
for the people, and with the people.
Okay.
And that is why I'm a leader.
Sadia.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. I would like to buttress my point on the definition of a leader.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe a leader is someone that can guide a group of people towards achieving a main goal, or a set goal, should I say. And Sadia in person is someone that is goal-oriented.
Okay.
Yes, so being a person that is goal-oriented, growing up, I've always wanted to be a spotlight, leading people towards achieving a specific goal. And I think that is one of the reasons why I've taken a bold step to go into leadership.
Wow. Did you know or think that probably you'd be a leader one day?
Yes. I always say charity begins at home.
Yeah.
Depending on the qualities I always showed at home, people always want me to lead a specific group of people. So I knew it to be like an inbuilt trait in me that I'll definitely be a leader one day.
Okay, Rahina, did you think you'd be a leader one day?
Yes.
What is it that people kept telling you that they saw the qualities in you, or what made you think that you could be a leader?
I'm always willing to serve and to help people achieve their goals, and people do see me as a leader. People always motivate me to go in for leadership because they've seen the qualities of a leader in me, and one of them is tolerance.
Okay.
I'm a type of person that tolerates all kind of people. Just as I said earlier on about the community we've been going to, I think my community, almost all those I was with, they fought except me.
Okay.
So there was this one person that fights with everyone. She fought with almost everyone in the group except me. So I was now the only one left for her to communicate, share ideas, and wait.
Yeah.
So due to this, people normally want me to take this leadership position because a leader, one of the best things a leader can offer is to tolerate.
Okay.
You have to make sure you tolerate everyone around you, because without tolerance you can't work together.
That's true.
So, and from beginning, primary, I had a leadership position, secondary, and inshallah in the university here. So that's it.
Okay. Let me come to you on this one. The idea of student leadership. Sometimes I feel it has been polluted. I feel that the way we used to see leadership in the universities have changed. Now people have to do massive campaigns. They practically campaign like the political parties. Do you think that may scare other young people to want to go for leadership positions? Peter?
Okay, so with that, it has its own impact on people who would desire becoming a leader. Because if currently leadership, I mean people who are opting to be leaders are doing the exact same things as that of great or actual politicians outside, investing money, pumping money into campaigns. Me as a student, not having a stand of working or a source of income will deter me a little. It will have a great mindset for me to say, oh, I can do it regardless of my financial background. You get it. So it has a little influence. But then to banter it or to come against it, an individual going for or opting to be a leader should be strong and know that, yo, I have the vision and I have the mission. I can do it so far as I'm seeing it. And with the right source of people, with the right connection, I feel my dream can come to light. You get it. So yes, it has a little impact. It has this influence.
Sadia, do you think it has an impact, especially even in choosing quality leaders? Because somebody might be a good leader, but might not have the finances to go through all the campaign. Do you think it has an impact on that?
Yes, it does. But then I feel all that boils down to you as an individual, you the person going in for the leadership. Well, if you are someone that is so focused, you have your missions on point, and then you can share it out with those that are going to elect you in as a leader, and then try to psych their mind or change their mindset about, you know, leadership isn't about money.
Yes.
Yeah, you get it. Because if I can lure you with money for you to vote for me, trust me, when you put me into leadership, I will do rest and so.
That's true.
Because it looks like literally I bought the power. But if I'm able to, you know, try to psych your mind, let you know that I'm fit for it. I want it based on my competency, not for the mere cash I have.
But do you think it's the aspirant's problem, or should I say those that are going to vote, the voters? Because if I have two people coming to me, one is giving me money and one is not, maybe I would be the problem to vote for the one who is giving me money, and they get in there and they're able to become corrupt. Do you think that we have a role to play as young people?
Yes. Oh yeah, let me chip in on that.
Okay.
Just like I said, depends on you, the individual. Let's say maybe you reach out to a person A comes to give you money, and then person B comes to, you know, the person doesn't have money. It depends on you, the individual without the money, trying to convince the person to know that this is your power. That's the only power you have. If it is that you want to sell it out, that is fine. At the end of the day, you should think of the ripple effects of it. Someone you sell your power to, definitely the person will be able to buy your powers again at the end of the day when the person is being elected into office.
Do you think that, okay, let me get a bit personal because I'm at UDS.
Okay.
Take us through some of the things you see, not just UDS, but in the university situations now about electing leaders. Do you think that we are doing our best to elect quality leaders? Rahina?
Well, I think, per my observation, since I came to this campus, there's one thing I observe in student politics in UDS Tamale campus. The students sometimes don't go for competence. They look out to certain things. They want to check the religious background, your political party, your department, and your religion. And I see the leadership, looking for competent leaders shouldn't be something that you consider these things. Probably I'm not from your town, your tribe or your religion, but I can do the work, I'm competent. But because I'm not from your tribe or your religion, you decided not to vote for me because you've seen that there's someone who is your tribe mate and from.
So it's happening. It's something that is happening.
And it still happens.
Those are some of the things we see. So tribal votes by tribe, by religion, even by familiarity. Those things happen. Now, let me come to you personally. What are some of the challenges that you have faced, Peter, especially in your? How long have you been a leader, like in the position that you occupy?
Okay, so I'm still in my first year.
Okay.
But proud to this, I've attained other leadership roles.
Okay, so maybe in general, what are some of the challenges that you have faced that you think is affecting young people's effecting quality leadership?
Okay, so let me first of all touch on what she said a little about the things that becomes a hindrance to me selecting or choosing quality leaders or competent leaders, let me put it this way. She's very right with this religious aspect, more or less like vote for your own. You see, we start this as children or as youth and we grow with it. So it's not surprising the leaders up there are also doing that because this is how we were brought up. That must change. That scenario must change, that concept must change. We should look at the qualities in choosing a leader, then we give it out. You can be my sister, but you don't have the qualities, I shouldn't opt for you. I can be your brother. If I don't have the qualities, you shouldn't opt for me in no way. Because if I'm to service you or serve for you, you should get the right person to do that. Now coming to my challenges I've faced, yes, I've faced a lot of challenges and I'm still facing them.
Take us through some of them.
So as a leader, you should know that you're dealing with human beings. So one of the qualities of a leader is being humane or humanity. And so far as you're dealing with human beings, there's always going to be problems because it's human beings that go in for problems. You get it? And some of these problems are as a result of, sometimes because we are in the same level, let me say, or same status, you think that I should be impartial.
Okay.
You get it? If I'm making a decision, maybe a firm one, which is going against or it's not going in your favor, you feel that, because you have a brothership with me, because you're my close friend, I should be partial with you a little. No. It's a challenge. It becomes difficult for the leader to, you put the leader person, whoever is the leader, a difficult situation of making a choice. If the leader is not with a strong will and of mind, he'll be committed to be always biased. So impartiality comes, favoritism, you will face that. But you have to be fair, you have to be tough. You understand? Yeah, so this is one of the things I face.
Sadia, have you faced some of these challenges before? You said you are the secretary for the SLC, the current SLC.
Yes.
Wow, that should be like a very huge thing.
It is.
Yeah, boss.
Well, with the challenges, there are a lot of challenges. From the campaigning to winning and also being in office. Yes, so let me start from the campaigning process. Well, with the campaigning, once we are, our main aim here is for studies. Yes, so that is why a student leader. If you're not a student, you don't become that leader. So being a student gives you that favor of being that leader. So with the campaigning process, how to couple studies with campaigning was a major problem.
Exactly.
At some point, I almost gave up. But then I had to tell myself that, no, Sadia, you sign up for this and you should be ready for every single thing that comes along with it.
Very true.
Yes. There were times I had to mix lectures. There were times I had to come into exams halls late because I have to meet a group of people. Because apparently people have different times they have lectures, and you have to know how to schedule when to meet this group of people in their class. There are times you also go and then the lecturers will be like, go and come 30 minutes before I end the lectures. Probably that's 30 minutes that the person is going to give you equally have a lecture. Maybe you can boycott your lecture. How about the midterm exams?
How many times can you even boycott a lecture to be able to meet all of these
and like
demands?
I earlier on said, our main purpose here is for studies. All other things are secondary things. So aside that, when you are about to, reach out to people you feel like they are in the good position to guide you or mentor you. Some will want to come along with flimsy demands. Yes, they may want to come with flimsy demands, except with the fact that if you are this kind of an assertive person,
Have you faced some? Can you mention some of the demands that?
Well, since you're on TV, I may don't.
No, just don't mention names. Just of course, just some of the demands someone have asked.
There are sometimes people would like to demand for huge amounts of monies. And
they want you to pay them before they mentor you.
Yes, or probably try to convince a group of people to vote for you. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and then aside that, you meet.
Have you faced sexual harassment issues?
That is why I didn't want to actually tackle on that because we may actually take forever speaking on that.
No. Just mention them. Don't explain
so
them.
sexual harassment is part. You have instances where you want to speak to a group of people. You want to join a group of people, and they would like to use your religious background as a hindrance. They want you to take off your veils. Well, like I earlier on said, but then if you have that assertive nature in you, your yes is your yes and your no is your no, you want to just be focused. If it is not my side, I just have to go to somewhere that will accept me for who I am. Yes. And then aside that, to issues with people recognizing you as something you are not. the moment you come in for politics, leadership positions,
there are lots of stories. I think a few years ago I was interviewing someone who also from UDS who wanted a particular position, and she said that some people had planned to frame to go and say that one guy had raped a girl, so that but later on they were caught up before the story came out. So people actually sit down to plan such issues to come out, and that would destroy your reputation.
Yes, people will say you are what you are not. At some point, that particular name, Abubakar Atiku, people recognize me as a Nigerian. They were like, she's not even a Ghanaian. Yes, why would you vote for her?
You see?
Exactly. Why would you even vote for her? She's not even a Ghanaian. She's a Nigerian. So all these things count. But then, like I earlier on said, once you tell yourself that you sign up for it, so you should be ready for any other thing that comes along with it.
We have so many challenges that we are learning here. Let's go for a break. When we are back, we would delve more into this. Stay tuned.
My name is Sule Barika. I'm from Yawoko community. We came here for the Lead Decide program in collaboration with the Plan Ghana. As we came here, we learned a lot. We learned about self-determination.
My name is Mama Dorita. I come from Guabulga. I came here for the Lead Decide program. And when I came here, I learned a lot of things. Things like I learned how to determine myself, know my weakness and strength. And I really appreciate and say thank you to Matter Inspire Foundation.
My name is Faisal Faiza. I'm from Gbanu community. We came here to learn about self-determination and self-weakness.
And due to that, we learn about our strengths and weakness points, what we know, what we like and what we dislike in order to help other people. So thank you, Matter Inspire Foundation.
Welcome back from the break. We're still here looking at student leadership here at the University for Development Studies here in Tamale. I believe that everything that we have said so far have given an insight of how or what these young people go through, because sometimes we think that it's just basically their positions, just want to be the SLC president or want to be whatever. By the end of the day, they go through so much stress. Even those who are not in school don't go through, because they have to combine your studies and politics. And you know, in school, when you fail, you'd have to probably write a receipt, and that is so much pressure on them. I want us to go straight and look at some of the skills that we exhibited, or skills that leaders or every leader should exhibit that will distinguish them, or as a leader, just something to equip all of us to do better. Let me start with you, Sadia.
All right. For me, upon the mention of a leader, I have 3 C's that come in mind.
Okay.
And the 3 C's are communication, confidence, and charisma.
Okay.
Yes. So starting with communication, once you are a leader, you should have a very good communication skill. Because as a leader, you are heading a group of people, and if you are someone that is very bad when it comes to communicating, I think it's a bad thing as a leader. And then talking about confidence or courage. If I'm someone that can stand in front of a large group of people to speak, apparently I wouldn't be able to lead them, because I may be the one to stand to represent that large group of people in instances where I have to meet probably some stakeholders. So if I'm representing a large group of people and I lack that confidence to speak on their behalf, that doesn't speak well of me as a leader. And also the charisma. There are a lot of things that people look at in someone to tell if the person can be a good leader or not.
Okay, Peter.
That's
As a leader, what are some of the qualities we should expect, or that you have even exhibited yourself?
Yeah, Sadia has buzzed them all out. But I will say this, yes. So as a leader, your physical appearance really counts.
Okay.
Your appearance, you speak to the people even before you utterances. As a leader, remember, you are influencing people. So your lifestyle, your everything should influence people. You understand? So physical appearance. Again, a leader is understanding.
Okay.
A leader is very understanding. Even in difficult situations, when he doesn't even understand, she doesn't even understand, you have to understand. To blend. And the last thing I would say is that a leader, you should be, you deal with human beings, you understand? So humanitarian is part of you, service is part of you. You should be ready to do the how do we say, is it the dirty works for the people. A leader, you possess all these qualities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rahina too.
Okay.
Qualities of a good leader.
Well, a good leader should be someone with vision.
Okay.
As a good leader, you are in there to serve, and you can't serve without a purpose. Definitely, there should be a reason why you are a leader. So, as a leader, you should have a vision. And another is tolerance.
Okay.
It's very key in leadership. I always talk on it because you are dealing with people. A group of people, you are not alone. So you should be someone that tolerates all manners of people, because people have different behaviors, and as a leader you should be the one to tolerate them so that you can work together. And the last but not the least is patience. Overall, what Sadia talk and Mr. Peter talk, they are all part of our patience. In leadership, you should be someone who has patience for your followers. Because without patience, you can't work together as a team. Because leadership is all about teamwork. And so I think these are some of the qualities that I see in a leader.
Okay. The next most important thing for me most times is managing my emotions. Sometimes it can be very tough for me because there are times that your mind is managing your emotions, but your heart is not managing itself. And there are lots of things that become so tough and so difficult to even manage. People, your expectations, if things do not go well, and as humans, we also don't take our time to say that, oh, the leader is human. Oh, why is this not happening? And everybody is insulting, is saying bad things about the leader. How do you manage your emotions, especially during negative or tough times? Let me start with you.
Okay, I like that.
How do you manage your emotions? Because if it's a good time, you are all happy, so it's easier. But if it's a tough time where you're saying that, oh, this is not supposed to be done, you've done that, and you've done that, how do you handle that?
This. I said I'm happy to because I really get this a lot. Emotions is something I really get. Let me say, currently I'm even going through one. As a leader, I'm battling these emotional things. We should understand as a leader that the fact that you're a leader doesn't mean you don't have emotions. The fact that you're a leader doesn't mean you're not vulnerable. Vulnerability is part of being a human being, and you should embrace it. When you let your emotion out doesn't mean you are weak. In fact, you are strong. To be a leader is to let your weakness out, to cry sometimes for your followers to see you are strong.
Man, we are told that men don't cry.
We cry.
Sir.
I cry.
Wow.
Yes.
I love to see that.
Yes, there was this time I heard something great. It was a rumor, big rumor, very big one. It made me cry. You understand? Because it was tarnishing my image out there. And I cried to the few friends around me. My male friends who are very close around me saw me cry. But I had to. How do I manage this? I have people I talk to. Friends help me. Friends I feel they are committed, not just a mere friend, but a good friend. My best friend helps me. Because on that platform, he or she relates well with me.
Yeah.
He or she knows my ins and outs. He or she knows that I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't just do that, so can relate very well. Again too, I really like listening to motivational quotes and videos. It really motivates me a lot.
Okay.
It inspires me. Because mind you, you're not the first person to be a leader. See, whatever thing we are doing here has been done before.
It's been done before.
What we are doing is we are copying, perfecting and pasting. But unfortunately, we are all not perfect. So there are greater people out there. There are people who have been in your shoes before, worse than your situation. Get to them, link with them, then you'll be okay. That's how I help myself in my emotions.
Sadia, how do you manage, let me say, negative emotions? Because as for the positive emotions, you're happy, something has gone on well, and we enjoy the praises. But it becomes so tough when something is said about you. And just like you said, sometimes you hear something about yourself, you're like, oh, wait, are you sure? Like, are you sure I'm the one, or there's someone you're talking about? It happens. How do you manage yours?
Well, first of all, I would say emotional resilience is a very good thing.
Okay.
But then it's also okay to show your vulnerability. However, one thing I would like to say is try as much as possible to know how to relate to the people, the source of the information. Probably when the person comes and then you get furious, the first thing is you would want to react. At some point, I feel like not everything needs reaction. Sometimes you just have to sit back and then give it a thought. And then one thing too is you also have to kind of get someone like, let's say, a political godfather, someone that can give you a shoulder to lay on, to pour out your plight. And then when you figure out those kind of people, you should know that there are people that can console you at some point. Like I earlier on said, you shouldn't be someone that will direct your frustration from the source of the information. Just give it time and then you will heal.
And you will heal. I like that. Healing takes time. Rahina, tell us how sometimes you manage some of these emotions.
Well, they've said it all, and what they've said is not different from what I'm going to say. I have these people I also reach out to, like some of the lecturers, and I have a friend who is even here with me. Sometimes the rumors, that one that's the leader, you always hear about this.
Can you share some of the worst rumors you've heard about yourself?
Interesting.
Well,
I've heard rumors that I'm married and my husband bought me a very big car. I'm still waiting for that. So
it's a prayer answer.
Was it November or December last year?
I am still single.
I'm married. My husband bought me a very big car. So they even mentioned I don't know car names actually. And they
mentioned the brand,
I said, God, when? Like it should come. These are the kind of rumors I want to hear.
So, and I'm very emotional. When I reach out to them, I would cry. That one day, I normally cry before I start to speak.
It's normal to cry.
Yes. So they allow me after crying, and whatever they have to tell me, they speak to me. Tell me, do this, don't do this. Maybe find out the source. Is it really true or it's not true? If it is not true, let it go. If it is true, then you work and see how you will solve it.
Okay. Okay. Now, I want us to talk about the fact that bring people into your team to work with you. Do we just bring together our friends, or how do we sometimes even choose people that we want to work with? It's people that reach out to us, oh, I want to work with you. And is it everybody that you have to accept into your team? Or how do you go about working with people within your team? Let me come to Zaria on this.
Okay. I think literally everyone likes good things. Everyone likes good things.
Okay.
I'll use myself as an example. When I started campaigning, I didn't even have that thing called a team.
Okay.
Yes, I just started reaching out to people, and sometimes you speak with people and they like you based on the way you speak, probably your appearance. So like I said, people like good things. If you show that, okay, you are capable, you have the competency to hold that particular position. You see people reaching out to you personally. Oh, Sadia, I want to join your team. I can see the leadership in you. You can do it. You are fit for it. So I want to join your team. And then you allow them. But then one thing too is that sometimes some of them are snitches. They just come around.
Spies.
Yes, they are snitches. They just want to come around, kind of be an anas to your opponents, and then get information to feed their opponents.
How do you choose people to join your team?
Okay, so I think she spoke from the reference of campaigning team. So I'm going to speak as a reference of being a leader, having the position and getting a team to help you work. So I always use these two things to get people or to choose the people you would want in your team. One should be the desire. Whoever you are choosing, whoever you are selecting to be part of your working team should have the desire, the passion. Two is the commitment.
Okay.
You understand? See these two in these individuals, the desire and the commitment. Why? Now, if you have the desire, okay, the desire means that you like the idea, the ideology of whatever thing that has been preached to you, whatever thing that has been pitched to you. You get it? So I say as a leader, probably I want to change the narrative of changing this black paint into a white paint. I need to get people who are willing, who have the desire of helping change the black paint to white. Now, when you get the desire, the commitment should be there. So that if I delegate you a task, you are willing to do it. You don't think of what am I going to get after doing it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
These two things a leader should consider.
Okay.
Or should take keen notice into selecting people to come into his or her team.
Okay.
Desire and commitment.
Mahinatu, how do you get people to join your team?
Okay, well, as Sade has already said, for the team, you don't go in for this is my friend, this is my family, this is my
Really?
There are people who are willing to support you in whatever you are doing. So for the team, some
So
people
do you
really,
approach them, or sometimes some approaches you? Or it goes both ways?
it goes both ways. Sometimes people willingly come out to support you. Other times too, there are people that you approach, people you think they are willing to help you positively, and you go in for them. But those that come to you by themselves, as Sade already said, some are just pride. They are coming to get your weakness and your strength,
Go and tell your
and go and tell your opponent. So it goes both ways.
Okay, so now in that regard, sometimes when you find out some of those things, how do you manage it? When you find out that maybe somebody was a spy, or you've heard a rumor about, how do you handle the rumors, or how do you handle the spies? How do you handle, we've looked at emotions, but of course, after you've gone through the emotions you've healed, do you go out there to revenge? What do you do? How do you handle some of these attacks that comes on your way?
Okay,
Let me take Sadia's comment on that.
I think with that, the moment you find out that someone is a snitch, just try as much as possible not to change the way you relate with the person.
Okay.
Yes. Just be yourself.
But reduce the information you give to them.
Yes. Some of the information you give out, but then when it comes to relating with the person, just relate very well with the person, because the moment the person knows that you know who he or she is, the person will like to change it. It's like when someone knows your plan, the person is also planning for another. So I think basically you just have to reduce the level of information you share with the person, but then try as much as possible to relate very well with the person. Do not let the person that you know he or she is a snitch.
What is your leadership style?
Wow, my leadership style is 7 by example.
Okay.
Yes, 7 by example.
So you have to probably lead. Do you think that because of that we sometimes pretend, or we sometimes want to do so much because everybody's looking up to you? You have to do something just to please them because everybody's looking at you. So whatever you do, it's like, that's our leader. Hey, she's wrong. Our leader, hey, she's this. So sometimes leaders are forced not to be themselves. Do you think that it sometimes puts us in a box?
I think pretense always have an expiry. The moment you want to bring pretense in your activities, trust me, you are going wrong. Just be yours. It's okay to be a loser. That is why no matter how far the town is, there's some ahead of it. No matter how good you think you are, someone is better than you, someone is best. So it's okay to fault and let someone correct you. If you're going to bring pretense in, trying to be someone you are not, it definitely has expiry. There will be times there's no way, you just have to be yourself. You don't ahead of it.
Okay. What is your leadership style?
I would say the same thing as I just said. Serving with example, being exemplary to your followers and subordinates. See, there was one time I wrote this quote that I would want to stay true and original to myself. You understand? As a leader, you should stay true and original to yourself. Let me use me as example, perfect example. I'm a model. Now you know what models do, right? So sometimes I have to dye my hair, sometimes I have to put on ices, that's earrings. Sometimes I would have to walk more or less like bare-chested, but that is me in the model sector. From there, I come back to my leadership roles. I'm staying true and original to myself. If I'm pretending, I'll be tired. And I'll not be I can't pretend again. Everybody will say that, oh, okay, so because you wanted a leader position, you wanted to be there, that's why you placed on that leave. You understand? But when you're true to yourself, you accept yourself, your nature, you bring it to work, you get people following you. I also want to be that leader that can inspire and also do this at the same time. So service by example, live the example, be the example. That is my leadership style.
Okay. Yeah. What's your leadership style?
My leadership style is teamwork. And as they all said, leadership by example, that one is always there. You work together as a team and live an exemplary life that others will wish to even do more than what you have done or what you have been doing. So
I think both of you left something out. I was asking about when you have gone through the emotional process, you've healed. How do you relate or react to some of the rumors that have been said about you? Do you go back to revenge, or how do you go about it?
Okay, so isn't this question you just asked? It reminds me vivid. I have this vivid picture. In level 200, I desired being the next departmental president of my association. You understand? So I was with this campaigning stuffs. I built a core team too. It's necessary, it's important. Not knowing a member in my core, this is not just a mere team, this is a core team. So meaning that my whatever ideas, whatever policies, whatever strategies I plan with them, we meet around 12 a.m., 1 a.m. to strategize. He or she will be there. Not knowing a member in my core team was selling me out. Wasn't part of me.
Was a spy.
Was a spy. I use this word betrayal. I was betrayed. I've been betrayed. But what did I do after I realized it? This is what I did. I kept calm, relaxed, distance myself a little from the person, but not to affect our relationship. You get it? Again, I kept calm, relaxed, distance myself. That the distance here is about communication with my strategies, communication with my plans. So now I didn't take the person out of my core team, but I created another core team, leaving him out. So in his idea, he thinks that he's still part of the core team, but he wasn't part of the core team.
So is it that you communicated to the other members that you are creating a group and they should know about this person? So you discuss most of the important things on the second core team. Okay, that's a nice strategy.
Like that. But I kept the relationship. I greet him, I smile with him, I hug him. Okay, you understand? But that is what I did. Because you see, after the elections or after the politics, life still goes on.
That's true.
Today he might have betrayed me, but tomorrow he might be of great benefit to me, or my children, or my aunties, or my siblings. So we should always have that mindset in our head.
Okay.
And he wasn't the only one. I had others. And so I relate with them. And surprisingly,
most of them might not even know that you know.
Yes. Just recently, I played an audio recording proving to the person that I know that he did this to me. He was in tears. I'm telling you the truth.
It happens.
Because he didn't know you know.
He was in tears.
There are times that some people had several conversations about me. It was a 3-conference call and I got it. But I relate to them. I don't know. I've had several of those. But you see, it's part of the game.
It's part.
You don't necessarily have to go in. But there are times that if they want to prove wrong or defend, then you play to them and say, I know, but it doesn't change
my relationship with you. No, I just have to be careful.
I have something I say that it could have been a moment of weakness that have made it to do that. So I don't actually begrudge you on that.
And you just said it. He explained the same thing, that he just didn't know what he might be right. And as a leader, you should understand. You should have empathy. So I related. But you should be careful. Just that you've lost that trust that I had for you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You get it. So that's how.
Okay, so how do you handle or relate to something like that?
Well, if I realize that, the more I even get myself close to you, in the sense that now I know who you are to me. So as I'm getting more close to you, I know the reason why I'm also getting that much closer to you. Because I know it's something that you want from me to go and maybe tell someone, or you're spying on me. So if I get to know that you are someone that is spying me, I get close to you, knowing very well that this is who you are. So as I'm getting close to you, maybe this is my reason why I'm also getting close to you. Definitely, I also try getting certain things from you, knowing very well that maybe you don't know that I know who you are. So there are certain things, questions that you will be asking me that I'll tell you maybe I don't have idea. If you could share with me some of your ideas, then I now try to get something from you, but you wouldn't know that this is what I'm also intending to do.
Okay. All right. A lot of things to share or to say on this episode. Let's go for a break. We'll be right back.
My name is Sule Barika. I'm from Yawako community. We came here for the Lead Decide program in collaboration with the Plan Ghana. As we came here, we learned a lot. We learned about self-determination.
My name is Mahama Dorita. I come from Guabulga. I came here for the Lead Decide program. And when I came here, I learned a lot of things. Things like I learned how to determine myself, know my weakness and strength. And I really appreciate and say thank you to Matter Inspire Foundation.
My name is Faisal Faiza. I'm from Gbanu community. We came here to learn about self-determination and self-weakness.
And due to that, we learn about our strengths and weakness points, what we know, what we like and what we dislike in order to help other people. So thank you, Matter Inspire Foundation.
Welcome back from the break. We are looking at student leadership and all the challenges and the issues that they go through and how we can effectively support them as well. We have no time left. Just want to take your final words on this. So let me come to you, Rahina, too. Okay. Everything that you wanted to say that you couldn't say about student leadership, just tell us in your final words.
All I can say is my colleague students who have the interest of taking student leadership, they should remove fears from themselves.
Okay.
But most people, they have the ability, they have the qualities, but there is this fear in them that is preventing them from. They should try and have the I can do spirit.
Okay.
If you have the I can do spirit, you can achieve anything and everything you want to achieve.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Peter, the final words.
Okay, my final words. Thank you. So this is what I would say to my audience, to people or to students who would opt to be leaders in their respective institutions. Be you. Be you. Stay true and original to yourself. Be you. Stay true and original to yourself. Mind you that when you're in a political race, when you're opting to be a leader, and it happens that you don't get that position that you intended to go to get, it happens that you lost the election. You shouldn't take yourself to be a loser, but equally a winner. Do you know why? Because a loss is not a loss when you've learned something from it. So through your journey you will learn
some experience.
Yes. So who says you're a loser?
So you probably lost just that position at that time.
But that experience, that knowledge, that has given you wisdom is there. And I'm telling you that one day I lost my election. I'm not the departmental president. I lost it to my current president. I'm not. But today I am here with another position. Am I a loser?
No.
I'm using that knowledge to move. So be you. Stay true and original to yourself. And know that when you go for an election and you lose, you're not a loser, but you're a winner. Thank you.
Thank you. Your final words, Sadia.
All right. My final words are that to every individual, regardless of your status, whether you're a student or not, if you have the desire of wanting to be a leader, just like Rahi said, we have a lot of people that have the capabilities, but then fear is hindering them from going in for the leadership. Apparently, sometimes we make our fears bigger than the reality. When in actual sense, some of the things we fear about do not even exist. So the moment you take in the bold step, you see things going on in the right pace. So I think if you are an individual out there, you want to go in for leadership position, you should just defy all odds and then go in for it.
If you want to go into a leadership position, you don't have to be afraid. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. We have been at the University for Development Studies here in Tamale, catching up to see how student leadership is all about and one or two things we can all learn from that. I believe this episode has inspired you, has equipped you, and made you a more better student leader if you are watching this episode. I am Martha Inspires. I'll be back with thoughts. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Thoughts from Martha Inspires. Today I want to talk to you about leadership. A lot of us want to be leaders. A lot of us just see people being leaders. We say that leaders are born, some leaders are made, but I believe in both. If you are born a leader and you don't work on it to be made a leader, you won't be an effective leader. So if you are a young person watching me today and you want to occupy any leadership position with passion, don't focus on today's world definition of leadership where everything is being praised on you. You want to spend the money, you want to bully people. But God's act or essence or definition of leadership is actually for service. You are supposed to serve people. You are supposed to give people a different meaning to their life or target or agenda. If you don't have this in mind, don't waste your time to be a leader. And to that young person who have contested to be a leader in school, who have lost, it is not the end of the world. It's only a journey to give you an experience to be a better person. So today, make that conscious effort to learn more about leadership, to listen more about leadership, to hear more about leadership, and even act more as a leader. If we are able to do this as young people, the leaders we'll have at the top in the next 5, 10, 15 years will be great leaders. Thank you for watching today's episode on The Reflection Show and also Thoughts from Martha Inspires. I am Martha Inspires. See you next week.